Hi, today I want to talk about the property of equality for exponential functions. Now, this is basically another way of saying, how do I solve exponential functions? We'll get into that. Well, there's some criteria, which we call the property of it. Property of equality for exponential functions. Okay, so if we know that exponential functions take on the form f of x is equal b to the power of x. So let's say, if you have b is greater than 0, where b does not equal to 1, okay, so these are the first conditions it must meet. Then let's say we have, alright, b to the power of x is equals to b to the power of y. Alright, if and only if, alright, so that's what IFF stands for, if and only if x is equal to y. Alright, so the first conditions we must meet, b is greater than 0, where b is not 1, but b to the power of x is equal to b to the power of y, if and only if x is equal to y. Now, what does that mean? So if you have, so let's look at one example. If you have 3 to the power of x, and then this is equal to 3 to the power of 5. Well, this basically means, right, you have the same base. That's what it means. You have the same base, so you can quickly imply that x is equal to 5. Alright, so x is equal to 5, then you can say, well, yeah, that's true. 3 to the power of x indeed equals 3 to the power of 5, and you can solve 3 to the power of 5 out, which is equal to your 3 to the power of x. Okay, so now let's look at a more complicated example. Well, slightly harder, I guess. So let's say you have 3 to the power of x, and then this is equal to 9 to the power of 4. And then they're saying solve for x. Alright, solve for x. Okay, you use the property of equality, right, that big fancy name, to solve for your exponential functions. Alright, but you don't have the same base. So remember from our property, they have to be the same base. That is key. So, well, I can keep 3 to the power of x the same because that's already the lowest possible number I can get from that. There's no other factors of 3, basically. However, my 9... right, we know that 3 squared is equal to 9. Okay, that's what I will substitute in for my 9. So now I can say 3 squared all raised to the power of 4. Now look at what happens here. Now I have the same base, 3 and 3. Now let's use our powers of, our properties of exponents. Alright, so this is 3 to the power of x, that stays the same. Property of powers of exponents, it's 2 times 4. So this is going to be 3 to the power of 8 because you just multiply the two powers. Alright, so this is 3 to the power of 8 now. Now it looks like just like what we had up here. Alright, then this implies that x is equal to 8. Alright, and then when you solve for x, well, this would be your final answer.